In this video, I'm going to show you how to make pumpkin pie with dehydrated pumpkin. First thing I'm going to do is show you how to dehydrate the pumpkin. Now, you can either use a yellowneck squash to make pumpkin pie, or you can use a regular pumpkin. I'm also going to show you how to cook an acorn squash and dehydrate that also. So, now the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your entire squash and put it in a large pot or a pressure cooker. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can use your oven by just covering the entire thing with aluminum foil. Now, if you're going to want to sprout your seeds, you're not going to want to cook your pumpkins or squash with the seeds inside. You're going to have to cut them then and remove the seeds. But the good thing about leaving the stems on is that you're also keeping the nutrients inside. So when we cook these pumpkins, we're going to take the entire pumpkin and the entire squash and pop it right in the pan. And I'll show you how that works. Here's my pressure cooker. And as you can see in my pressure cooker, I have an entire pumpkin and an entire yellowneck squash. So I'm going to take them out. Okay. And put them in the sink. And I'm going to peel them first. Now, depending on what kind of pumpkin you have, the shells can either get really hard, like crisp, like this, or they'll peel off real soft. So it just depends on the name brand of the pumpkin, so not to worry. All right, so then what you want to do is you want to take your little scooper and you want to remove all your seeds. Now, if you leave a few seeds behind while you're dehydrating your pumpkin, don't worry, because after it's dehydrated, just pick the seeds right out. It's real simple to do, and they're easy to find then too. Okay, now what you want to do is take a piece of wax paper and put it over the top. There's no wax paper underneath, don't worry about that. That's why I have it over the sink, because the water is actually draining into the sink, any extra water from the pumpkin. And just take this and smooth it out so that you have a more, when it dries in the dehydrator, it'll dry more evenly. So you're just going to lightly, not real hard, just lightly smooth it out on the top like that. Take that off, and as you can see, it's ready to go in the dehydrator. Okay, once again, you want to take a sheet of your wax paper and put it over the top and lightly smooth it out just so you get it even. Now, when it comes to the yellowneck squash and the pumpkin, there is no difference in taste. You basically cannot tell the difference. The yellowneck squash will be a little orangier than your pumpkin. Your pumpkin will be a little lighter yellow. But there you have it. We'll pop it in the dehydrator. After about 12 hours, okay, your pumpkin and your yellowneck squash will be completely dry and nice and crisp like this. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your dehydrated pumpkin and yellowneck squash and you're going to put it inside your blender. Okay, when you're done, your pumpkin should be nice and powdery like this. Okay, let's see. There's your pumpkin. And then what you want to do is obviously put it in your jars or your vacuum bags. Okay, now you're ready to make pumpkin pie with dehydrated pumpkin. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make the pumpkin pie. First thing you're going to do is take 1/2 cup of dehydrated pumpkin. What you want to do is you want to add 2 cups of boiling water. And stir that up and just let that soak. Okay, while this is thickening up and rehydrating, we're going to put all our ingredients in the blender. Okay, so we're going to take 1 can of condensed milk. We're going to take 3 eggs. Take 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of clove, and it's optional, but I like to put a little nutmeg in mine, so I usually put a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg in also. One teaspoon of cinnamon. This is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'll put 2 of them in. And 1 cup of sugar. And we're going to turn that on and blend it. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes, and can you see how thick this is now? So the key to this is to make sure that you let it rehydrate for at least 20 minutes. And the other thing is it has to be cool before you place it inside with your eggs and your condensed milk. So you want to make sure that this is completely cool before placing it inside the blender with your eggs and your condensed milk. So that's what we're going to do right now. And then we're going to blend it up for about a minute. Okay, now it's been blending for about a minute, and now what we're going to do is we're going to dump this into our pie shell. Now, wasn't that the easiest pumpkin pie you've ever made? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 40 to 50 minutes at 350. Okay, the pumpkin pie was in the oven at 350 for 50 minutes, and it's done. And I'm going to cut it up and serve it. Steve, you want to try it? Mm-hmm. And here's your fork.
It smells good.
It's still hot, so.
It's really good.
Is it really good? Okay. So there you have it. That's how you do pumpkin pie with dehydrated pumpkin. It's really simple and it's absolutely delicious. And you can do it up in these cute little packages like this. So what you can do is you can put all your ingredients in here, and then you can write on here to add 2 cups of hot water and let it soak for 20 minutes, and then mix it in a blender with 3 eggs and 1 can of evaporated milk, and then put it in the oven at 350 for 40 to 50 minutes, and you've got a pumpkin pie. And it's from fresh pumpkin right out of your garden. Isn't that delicious? Mm-hmm. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.